4 per year. The company can manufacture this part internally. In that case, it saves 20% of the price of the product, and however, it estimates a setup cost of rupees 250 per production run. The annual production rate would be 4800 units. However, the inventory holding cost remains unchanged. એટલે અહીંયા આપણી પાસે બે કેસીસ અવેલેબલ થશે. સમટાઈમ્સ કંપની બધું પ્રોડક્શન બહારથી મંગાવે, ઓર સમટાઈમ્સ એ પોતાની જાતે પ્રોડક્ટ્સ કરી અને પછી જે સેકન્ડ આપણું જે મોડલ છે એ આપણે ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ કરી શકીએ. We are supposed to determine the EOQ model, the optimal number of orders which are to be placed in a year. We are also supposed to find out the optimum production lot size and the average duration of the production run. Next, should company manufacture the component internally or continue with the purchase it from the supplier? એટલે કે બહારથી જ હંમેશા મંગાવતું રહેવું જોઈએ કે કંપનીએ પોતાની જાતે પણ પ્રોડક્શન કરવું જોઈએ? That we are also supposed to decide over here. We are having R to be 2500 units, A to be 15 per order, where inventory holding cost is to be of rupees 4 per unit per year. By using our usual model, we are having Q is equal to square root of A 2AR upon H, that is turns out to be 137 units over there. So N will be nothing but R by Q, that will give us 18 orders over there. We are having R to be 2500 per unit, 2500 units, P to be 4800 units, that is a production run. A is to be at ordering cost, that is of 250 per production run, and H is of rupees 4 per unit per year. So this Q will be come from the second model, at which we are considering the replenishment rate is finite over there. That will gives you us 808 units over there. So average duration of the production run is nothing but Q upon R, that is 808 divided by 2500, and that will gives you 118 days over there. That is 0.32 years near about. Now when the item is purchased from outside, the total cost is associated with, that is 75,548 rupees over there, and the total cost associated with when the production is produced internally over there, and that will turns out to be 61,548 rupees.
Because here purchase cost is 80% of the rupees 30. That is, purchase cost is getting reduced by 24 rupees. If his purchases from outside source, he will have to pay 30 rupees, and if he produces internally, he will save 6 rupees on it.
So 20% discounts will be there, right? Inventory model with shortages. Now
we'll study this model with same assumptions as those of EOQ model, with relaxing assumptions of shortages. Here shortages are permitted, and all rest assumptions will keep that of the EOQ model. So one more cost will be involved in it, and that is called shortage cost per unit time, and we'll denote it by pi. So how graphically it looks like, we have cycle time is of capital T units. Up to T1 time units, will have some units with us. At T1, we won't have any unit in our system, and still demand will continue. Demand will continue for time period of T2 units, and after T2 units, we will place an order to have the same cycle. So what happens? Q1 units are the units which you have, which you can satisfy whenever customer comes to you, and Q2 you will have to say sorry. Okay. So total number of units which I need to procure after having shortages of Q2 units to be sum of whatever demand I can satisfy and what I could not satisfy from the previous cycle. So Q1 plus Q2 should be equal to total number of units to be procured. So in this case also we will have two parts of the time period, T1 and T2. During T1 we will have inventory with us, and during T2 we will face shortages, and total cycle time will be sum of these two time periods. During the interval 0 to T1, the items are drawn from the inventory at the rate of demand, that is at negative R. Okay. And during 0 to T2, negative R will remain as it is. Demand will be there, but we are not going to satisfy it. So during 0 to T2, order for the item are being accumulated but cannot be satisfied. Then at the end of the cycle time capital T, an amount Q is procured. The amount Q has been divided into Q1 and Q2 such that Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. That is what I had told you while explaining the figure, where Q1 denotes the amount which goes into inventory and Q2 denotes the amount which is immediately taken to satisfy the back orders or unfilled demand. This can be easily understand well by example. Say you have 100 units, with 100 units you have procured, you have satisfied, you had inventory up to 80 units, so 80 units got 80 customers you have satisfied, and for 20 units, suppose I had to say sorry to the customer, so 80 plus 20, 100 units, I will have to put a new order of, so that as soon as 100 units come into my system, first I will try to satisfy those 20 customers and then new customers can enter into the system. So in this case, we'll have three costs. One is inventory holding cost per time minute, which is how much units you are going to have on an average, that is Q1 by 2 for how much time, T1, at what cost, H per time minute, so by T. So total inventory holding cost is H by T into half Q1 T1. Similarly, we had shortages of Q2 units at the cost pi during time T2. So total shortage cost per time minute will be pi by T into half Q2 T2, and ordering cost per order will be AR by Q. So total cost will be sum of all these three. So now what my aim is to get Q1 and Q2. Okay, but Q1 and Q2 are also known in terms of Q. So because as it is, it looks like three variables, but we can reduce into two. Let's see how. If you use the similarity of the triangles, you can get T1 and T2 in terms of Q1 and Q2, which finally results K in terms of Q1, Q2. No doubt there are once again three variables, Q1, Q2 and Q. But still I can use Q2 is equal to Q minus Q1. If I put Q2 as Q minus Q1, this total cost function now will be function of only two variables, Q and Q1. Okay, so we'll have to use partial differentiation. So for determining optimum values of Q1 and Q so as to optimize K, have partial derivative of K with respect to Q1 which and equate to 0. So that will give you Q1 in terms of Q, that is pi Q upon H plus pi. And if you have partial derivative of K with respect to Q, that will give you in terms of Q1. You know the value of Q1, you substitute here, then final form for Q is closed form, which is only in terms of model parameters, that is demand, inventory holding cost, shortage cost and ordering cost. So optimum purchase units Q we have derived. Knowing Q, I can get Q1 also. Also we have a relation between Q1, Q2 and Q. So we know what is the shortage units. That is here Q2 is equal to Q minus Q1 I can work out. Once knowing Q and Q1, one can find out at what time, what should be the time between placement of two orders, that is T, which is Q by R, and knowing T also you can work out total cost that will turn out to be optimal. But in this case, before saying optimality, that is minimization of this total cost, you will have to find out double derivative and try to satisfy double derivative test for the two variables. Now here we have different conditions. If H is greater than 0, that is inventory holding cost is there, but shortage cost tends to infinity. That means shortages are not allowed. Then we'll left with Q1 is equal to Q, which is our EOQ model. Okay. Let's have other one which says shortage cost is there, that is you have shortage cost to be non-negative, and there is no inventory holding cost, that is H tends to 0. So you are never with positive inventory. Every time you will be doing your business with the shortages. So in this case Q1 will be 0 and I will have to get procure quantity Q units that will be given by square root of 2ar upon pi. Then third condition can be if shortages are negligible, then h has to be there because we are carrying some inventory with us, then h greater than 0 and pi tends to 0. So in this case, once again we won't have q1 and procurement quantity can be of infinite order. Okay. If the inventory costs are negligible, then h tends to 0, pi is non-negative. So in this case, both positive inventory and procurement quantity both can be of the order of infinite size. So we'll say that q1 tends to q, and in this case inventory cost becomes very small. Increasingly large batches should be produced and used entirely as inventory for future demand, because we are saying h tends to infinity, so you will have to go on having orders again and again, and that will increase in the inventory holding cost. When inventories and shortages are equally costly, both are h and pi both are equal, then we'll have h upon h plus pi, that is the main factor in procurement quantity, that is capital Q, will turn out to be half. And if you substitute this pi upon h plus pi as 1 by 2, you will have Q is equal to root 2 AR upon h. That is, it is always 1.414 times as large as earlier when no shortages are allowed.
For that, we are having an example of a dealer who supplies the following information to regard that things. Annual demand is 10,000. Ordering cost is 10 per order, rupees 10 per order. Purchase cost is 20 rupees per unit, and inventory holding cost is 20% of the value of the inventory per year. Now the dealer, considering the possibility of allowing some stock out to occur, he has estimated that the annual cost of stock out will be 25% of the value of the inventory. Now number one thing is that we are supposed to ask the answer that what should be the optimum number of units of the product he should buy in a lot. Second one is what quantity of the product should be allowed to back order, if any is there. What should be the maximum quantity of inventory at any time of the year. And the fourth one is, would you recommend to allow back ordering? If so, what should be the annual cost saving by adopting the policy of back ordering? In usual notations, we are having the first one is when stockouts are not allowed, our optimum value is Q star is equal to 223.6 units. When the back orders are there, the Q will becomes, by using the formula, Q will becomes 300 units, and the optimum quantity of product to be back ordered is Q2, which is to be 133 units over there. Therefore the maximum inventory level is 300 minus 123, that is 167 units. Now the maximum total cost, inventory cost, is K of 223.6, that is gives you 894.43, and the total cost at the level of 300 will gives you 666.67 rupees. Thus the dealer should accept the policy for allowing back ordering, and as this will results as a saving of 227.76 per year. Thank you.
Thank you.